Are you tired of your potential clients telling you that you are too expensive and they're going with someone else? In this video, we are going to be talking exactly about how you can overcome pricing objections in order to make sure those clients book with you instead of going to someone cheaper, even at your higher prices. Okay, so I'm actually one of the most expensive photographers in my city, and I'm still booking like crazy because people recognize my value. I'm actually fully booked, and I shoot a lot of sessions per week, even at these really high prices. And I want the same for you. I want your clients to recognize your value. I don't want people to come to you asking for cheaper prices or discounts or anything like that. So let's get into how you can overcome pricing objections and get people to see your value as a photographer. So the first thing you can do is you can make sure to have flexible options in your pricing without undermining your value. So let me tell you about how I do this. So I have 3 different packages. My top one is my all-inclusive package, includes photo and video. My middle one is the one most people book, and that is my full session, and that is 20 photos included, and they can pay to upgrade to the full gallery. My lowest package, and I know most people don't do this, but it works really well for my business. I actually have a standalone mini session that is $550, so it's worth my time, and it only includes 5 photos. So I am always so shocked at how many people book that standalone mini session, because to me it's not a good deal. You only get 5 photos in 15 minutes, and most people end up upgrading to the full gallery, and so they end up spending more than they would have if they just booked the full session. But the reason that this comes in really handy, and I don't mind this for my business, is because if someone comes to me and they tell me your pricing is too expensive for me, I can just point them to a lower option. Like, even if they're clearly trying to get me to offer them a discount, I can say, I totally understand if you can't afford this, if this isn't in your budget. What you could do if you can't afford the full session is you could book my standalone mini session, and that is a cheaper price point and includes less photos. So instead of offering them a discount, you're offering them less for less money. Or if you are someone who doesn't have that standalone mini session, most people do have seasonal mini sessions. So you could say something like, well, my fall mini sessions are going to be coming up on XYZ date. So if you can't afford the full session, you can go ahead and book one of my mini sessions. Or maybe your mini sessions are all booked up. Most people do get fully booked for their mini session. So you could say, well, if you can't afford my full session, my mini sessions are actually fully booked now, but you can join a wait list here to see if someone cancels or reschedules, or you can wait until my spring mini sessions in the spring, and that will be a more affordable price point. And a lot of people, when you will say something like this, they think about it and realize, like, okay, I really want more than 5 photos. Like, I will spend the extra money to do the full session. But some people do just go ahead and book my standalone mini session, but I've priced it in a way where it's worth it for me to do that session for, 15 minutes, 5 photos, because I'm making $550 out of it. And most of the time they actually end up upgrading to the full gallery, and they spend more than they would have even if they had booked the full session. So I would say on average, like with upgrades, I end up making around $700 from that mini session. So it's worth it to me when people decide to book that instead of the full session. Okay, the next thing that you can do when someone is questioning your pricing is you can make sure to communicate the value behind your pricing. So you're not just, taking photos and editing. You are giving people memories that they wouldn't have otherwise. You can highlight testimonials and stories of other clients who have, just been so glad, like highlight testimonials of people who say, like, this was worth every penny. And so not only, you don't only want to do this like when someone comes back to you with saying your pricing is too high, but you want to make sure you have this all over your website, like have testimonials from other people who have spent that amount of money and decided it was worth it. So having testimonials like in your email marketing, in your on your website, that's really going to help. And then you want to, not only when you're talking about like what your pricing includes, you're not just talking about like it includes, this amount of time and this many photos. You're also talking about just like the non-tangible things of like being able to capture that like moment in time with your baby while they're in this stage for such a short period of time. Like that is so fleeting and so valuable for a parent. And then you want to talk about, your quality and your professionalism and your experience and all of that, and communicate like why this is priced the way it is. And then what another thing you can do is like in your marketing, like your social media marketing, put in lots of behind the scenes of you working, because I think that when people can see you working and see like, wow, that actually looks like, they're so good with kids, and that looks like these clients are having so much fun, that also will communicate your value and why you're charging what you do. And then the next thing you want to do is just make sure you are really confident about your rates and why you're charging what you're charging. Now, if you're someone who is not confident about your pricing, maybe you like are literally just guessing on your pricing, you just came up with a number and you don't know why you're charging what you're charging, or maybe you are just like copying other photographers in your area, I want you to literally sit down and do the math, not just be pricing your photography based on emotions or feelings or like what you think people would charge or what other people are charging. And so if you're struggling with knowing how to do that, I actually have a brand new resource for you, and that is my AI pricing coach that I have trained with all of my knowledge of building a successful business over the past 10 years. And this is not just my pricing structure, this is a completely customized bot that will figure out what your exact numbers need to be, and it will tell you why, and it will use like just everything customized about your business, like your ideal client, your location, your income needs, your cost of doing business. Did I say that already? And so you're going to input all of these details about your business, and it is going to come up with a number, and it's going to explain why the number is what it is. And so when you can be confident about that number, you can communicate that with other people, and then they're going to be confident about it as well. Okay. And the new AI bot, it not only tells you exactly what your pricing should be, it will calculate your cost of doing business for you if you don't know how to do that. It will come up with your packages in a way that you're structuring them in order to attract your ideal client. And it will also help you overcome pricing objections like we're talking about right now. So it will tell you exactly how to word things on your website in order to communicate the value of your services. It will talk to you about how do you overcome objections when people, are pushing back on your pricing and all of that. So it will help you with, just your marketing in a way that communicates your value and why you're charging what you're charging. And so if you are someone who really struggles with this is such an affordable resource, guys. And people have just been telling me about how much they struggle with this. I've been helping my clients with figuring out their pricing for years and years and years, like my photography coaching clients. And just so many photographers come to me with help on their pricing. And so I am just so excited to build a super affordable resource that any photographer can jump into. People have been telling me how helpful it is and like how specific and customized it is for their business. And so I just cannot wait to see more people jump into this. Okay. And so when you have confidence about your rates, you can communicate that confidence to your clients, and that is really going to help your clients see the value of your photography. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out that new AI pricing coach that I have. I think that that is going to be so helpful for you. And let me know if you have any questions. I can't wait to see you in the next video.